Good afternoon. This is Unicorn Leoness with me, Unicorn. This is going to be the video for the Leo collective reading. Okay, so let's get started. All right, Spirit Universe. Keep that. Okay. What messages do we have for Leo today? I don't read reversal, so if you see me flipping over cards, it's just to make sure that it's upright. All right, Leo. So for the overall energy, you have the Ten of Swords. It seems like you're coming to the end of a cycle, and that is what the burden is. It feels like, because Ten of Wands usually can be symbolized as like a triumph or a burden too. But the thing is, I don't perceive it as a burden with this, because those jaguars, they're really agile. Like the tree, that's where the jaguars, that's their territory. Okay, that's where they hide their food, and they can pull up one of those what is this? It's not deer, but one of those, that animal, they could pull a lot of weight up in the trees, and that's usually where they store their food. Also too, I also notice how his tail is wrapped around the tree. So it seems like it seems like you have good footing, you know what you're doing, you know where you're going, and you're ending a cycle. And then you also have the Wheel of Fortune card right next to the Ace of Swords. Okay, so congrats on heading on to your new journey. Okay, that wheel is turning. But for a little bit, it seems like it's a different energy of you feeling like that you're usually the Five of Pentacles is being left out in the cold, feeling alone, kind of not knowing where to go, what to do. But also with this one, not sure if you guys can see, look at the eyes in the back. So usually with this one, I usually tell people to be weary of the environment that you're in, and not be weary, and like just be careful, be really cautious, and the environment, just kind of like go in there, do your business, and then do what you got to do. Don't spend too much time trying to bond or anything like that. Just go do what you got to do and go home. Okay, I'm not sure if this is more of like a work sort of reading or a career, if it's more guided to a career, but that's the vibe that I'm getting. To avoid this internal conflict, I mean, not the internal and external conflict, but this is also with that Five of Wands, is also to like a training. It's like you're going through this this spiritual training on how to handle yourself in different environments. Now, when I say handle yourself in different environments, that doesn't mean being fake. It doesn't mean being phony and things like that. But there are certain spaces where it's like you're gonna have to, you're gonna have to kind of tone it down and alter your behavior, not alter who you are, because your behaviors are separate from who you are. So and it's gonna be it's gonna be like you're gonna be isolated, but it's like I don't sense like a negative sort of isolation. I do sense like a positive isolation. That's the opposite, but I mean, it's more so it's like you kind of want to put yourself in that space. You kind of want to put yourself in that space where you're setting yourself apart. Okay, you're setting yourself apart from the others, because you are the different one. And the thing is that if everybody else is doing the same thing, you're going to be the one that's going to be bringing something new into the forefront. And who knows how you might inspire people, because we do have some Wands energy. We got that Wheel of Fortune as well. But who knows how you'll inspire people. And with that Ace of Swords, thought process, communication, and things like that, you are taking a new, it is a new chapter in regards to how you're going to handle certain things. Handle displaying your intellect. How you're going to handle communicating with your coworkers, communicating with the people around you, okay? And this is new territory. And it's almost kind of like, it's like, don't be scared. Just be mindful. Just be mindful, okay? Yeah, just be mindful. Be mindful that it's okay to kind of like be like the lone wolf, even though you're a cat, lion. But it's okay to be the lone, the lone one here, okay? Because it's almost kind of like you were brought into this situation to just show not tell. Boom. This is a show not tell situation. You don't gotta brag about or tell people about your accolades. You don't have to tell people about, oh, I came from here, I did this, and da da da. No, this is a show don't tell. Because if you're doing what you're supposed to, if you know how to do what you do, you don't gotta brag on all that other stuff. Okay, and that might be where that whole like being left out in the cold, where it's like I said, in the background you see all those eyes. Not sure if you see them, but you see the eyes in the background. So it's like you have people watching you now. And that's where the whole show and tell doesn't show don't tell comes into play, because of the fact that it's like, you're bringing something new, so you're gonna have people that's looking at you. And the thing is that there might be some conflicts with that, in the event that you keep telling and don't show and don't just show, So this is going to be a time for you to be a little bit more modest, a little bit more to yourself, a little bit more reserved, okay? Not saying that you have to stop being who you are, but just kind of hold it back a little bit. Show, don't tell, and observe. Be very observant during these times. I'm going to clarify this 5 of Pentacles and the 5 of Wands. 5-5. You might want to check that out too. 55. And then you got 10-10, because the 10 of Wands is the overall energy, along with the wheel, which is number 10. And 5 times 2 equals 10. And then Leo rules the 5th house. And that's when that change, because 5 in numerology denotes change. So it's going to be a big thing for you, because normally it's like you like kind of like showing off. You like kind of like being, you like being, even in your introverted energy, you still end up being the center of attention anyway. You still end up drawing in people. You still end up doing all these things. And even sometimes you're kind of like, well, what's going on? Like, why am I doing this? I'm trying to chill and people are still drawn to me. And that's part of it. It's part of that training of being like, okay, part of this 5 of Wands energy, where it's like, to avoid this conflict and you view it as to avoid this conflict, view it as a training, okay? Like, you're training yourself for this next chapter that you're heading into, excuse me, because with that Wheel of Fortune and that Ace of Swords. Because the thing is that wheel is going to keep spinning. And the thing is that with the wheels, to get that fortune from the Wheel of Fortune, these are the things that you're going to have to do, okay? There's a time and place for everything, and this is the part where you understand where you start actually implementing the time and the place for everything. Yup, you got that Temperance card. And then you also got the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so the Temperance is balance. Okay, balance, more cat energy. But the Temperance is balance. So understanding that balance, and hence that's why that's part of your lesson at this current time is learning that balance, understanding that there's a time and a place for everything. I don't have to exhibit the same behaviors in every space. Let me move this over a little bit. In every space that I'm in, does that? I hope that resonates. It's about finding that balance, and sometimes it's okay to be alone. It's okay to be out and alone. Makes sense. And you also have this Nine of Pentacles, which is showing how you're going to basically be able to reap the fruits of what of all the things that you've been working on. Because it's like, this is a season where it's like you really start seeing why you went through everything that you went through. And you're like, okay, this is when it's starting to click for you. Okay, it's going to start clicking in the physical realm. And and you're going to start seeing it in your job. You're going to start just basically seeing it all the way through, like all in all different aspects of your life. You're going to see that shift, and it's like a divine shift where it's like, where something that you might have argued with somebody, or snapped on somebody, or you might have challenged that. You're just gonna be like, if it don't apply, let it fly. That's the energy that I'm getting from this. Let's clarify this five of excuse me, this Five of Wands. Clarify this Five of Wands. Yep, Nine of Cups, along with the Ace of Pentacles. So with this Nine of Cups, yes, because you see how she's done battled. She's faced the battle and she's won, and she's coming back on in, and she's holding the cup up. She's showing and not telling. This is showing, not telling energy. I don't have to tell you I won the battle. There's the head, and here's the cup. I did it. Bada boom, bada bing. And then you also got the Ace of Pentacles, where it's like, you also got the Ace of Pentacles. So this is going to be new finances, new, not spiritual beliefs, but clarify that a little bit more for me. Okay, new connections and things like that are going to be made. Okay. Because of the fact that you're able to show and tell, it's going to open you up to new opportunities to be able to expand yourself. You're going to be able to expand on that first, expand on your career further, because you're able to have control over your emotions, show not tell. And this is going to happen during you being isolated, because you're used to being around people, be like, oh my gosh, da, 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 and just just vibing. And not even vibing, but being the vibe. Like, you're the vibe. And so this is going to be a time where it's kind of like you're just going to kind of step back and be a little bit more reserved, and learning these new skills. Learn these new skills of showing, don't telling. You don't got to brag. You don't got to boast. They don't need to know. Let your work show. This is the time where where it's like the saying where you write a check that your butt can't cash. But it's like, your mouth wrote a check that your butt can't cash. But it's like, your butt can cash it. So just cash it. When you can cash it, like, it's gonna happen. When you know what you're doing, and you're confident in what you're doing, that's what it is. You're coming into that confidence of knowing that you know what you're doing. When it comes to what your career, when it comes to the finances, when it comes to the aspects, when it comes to the life. So now that you know what you're doing, you're able to implement this into your life. And like I said, you're gonna be showing and not telling, because look at her. She ain't saying a daggone thing. She just pulling up. She pulling up. Like I said, she's showing you she wanted to bounce. She don't gotta say nothing. She don't gotta say nothing. She's like, I'm here. I got this. I does this. I do's this. Okay? That's the energy for that. And like I said, that's gonna open you up to more opportunities to be able to expand in all different arenas of your life. But in particular, your career, your finances, and things like that, because of the fact that you're showing what you can do, that'll have the external forces come to you. Because now you're showing the things that you have been wanting to manifest, and now that's when the opportunities are just going to be more, because not only not only are you showing that you can do what you do, but you're also showing that you can handle yourself in certain situations. You're showing how you can be reserved in certain situations, and and that's going to open you up to more opportunities to help further you within your career. Yeah, let's go. Let's clarify this Four of Cups. I like where this is going, Leo. I'm liking where this is going. Sorry if I'm allergies. But we still gonna get these readings done, baby. No doubt about that. Let's clarify this Four of Cups. No allergies don't stop no show. Clarify this Four of Cups. It got clarified with the Four of Wands. Four of Wands. So with this, it's like, it's also, from what I'm seeing, it's also denoting like your family life. You're also this isolation, this social isolation from the people in your workplace is going to give you more time more time focusing on your family matters and things like that, and getting those affairs in place, instead of worrying about what's going on work, because it's hard, and it's like leaving work at work. It's because sometimes it gets hard, because people be irritating you, to be making you mad, or you spend so much more time at work for the most part, to where it's like they say leave work at home, but work at work, but sometimes you bring it home. So with this, from prioritizing and categorizing these things, and with the new mindset where it's like you just go to work and come home, kind of isolating yourself to a certain extent, because of the fact, A, that you're bringing something new to the table that these people probably have not seen too much in real time, and then B, you're able to just do what you do and then be able to focus more on that home life. Because I feel like the family is coming. Yup. And then the Three of Wands, for this, I see this as calling your tribe in. You sending out the signal. You sending out the signal where it's like you're gonna have your tribe in other aspects. So it's like, don't even worry about the work stuff. Go to work, making money, do what you do. Like I said, show, don't tell, stay reserved, and you'll be presented with people that can present you with opportunities that you might not even thought of. Things that you might not have even like fathom that could happen for you. I'm really liking how this is going, Leo. And then you got the Two of Wands over here with the Wheel of Fortune. And with this, it's like that dualistic nature, but they're still together. They're still together, They're still intertwined with the tails and everything like that. The black and white cat and the white and black cat, I'm really liking this reading for you, Leo. So it's like your messages is like keep that. It's like applying that balance. You understand the balance now. It's actually applying the balance in your life when it comes to work, love, home, things like that. Your spiritual practices, your spiritual beliefs, and when these things start becoming more balanced, you'll start seeing a lot more of the fruits of your labor. You'll start being able to enjoy a lot more of the fruits of your labor. Let's clarify this spread. Yeah, this is where you kind of need to start tapping it, knowing when to tap into that introverted energy, knowing when to tap into that extroverted energy, knowing when to, because you know, it seems like you know this stuff. Now is just the time to apply it on a grander scale. It's time to apply it on a grander scale. So you have the Knight of Swords for this. Yeah, and the Knight of Swords is like, look at how everything's like going up. It's like it's only up from there. That's how I feel about this. That's how I feel about this energy. It's really only up from here. And then you have the Seven of Swords, which can denote a thief, which kind of is tying back into like I said, that showing don't telling. Because if you run your mouth too much, you might be giving these people that are watching back here, because you don't know. I mean, you can assume their intentions because they got, it's deer. They're in the middle of the woods, and they got the eyes looking at them. You can assume their intentions, and then you can assume their intentions, and then of course with this Seven of Swords coming up, it's like normally it's thief, like you're by a thief and everything like that, or somebody around you might be might have those ways about them and things like that. But then it's also known as a strategy, because in the original Rider-Waite, the story is also told by like there's a war that's about to be going on. So they stole the swords, but they also there can't be a war if people don't have swords. There won't be a whole bunch of jealousy and conflict if you stay to yourself. Keep it cordial. You don't gotta be rude or nothing like that, but keep it cordial and just stay to yourself, and you can avoid that conflict by showing and not telling. And that doesn't even, and when I say that, it's like I said, it's not about boasting about your accolades. Like if somebody is coming up to you with a question, and you want to answer their question. How do you do this? Okay, let me show you. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of being like, well, you were trying to do, you don't got to do all that. None of that is necessary. And then two, with this Ace of Pentacles, and then with this, you have the Six of Cups. You never know what sort of friendships, you never know what sort of relationships can develop from you, from you being a little bit more reserved. And then you can progress into being showing a little bit more as you go along, if that's the case, if the relationship needs that, if it calls for that. Because the thing is, at the end of the day, everybody ain't your friend, and everybody ain't supposed to be your friend. If everybody was your friend, where would the contrast be? How would you be able to know people who are really not your friends if everybody's supposed to be your friend? And that's just a part of the human experience. But it's it's also knowing where to put people where they put them, and knowing where to put yourself. And so this is more of it's like a show, don't tell, and observe and listen, watch, see what's going on. Don't make assumptions, just see what's going on. And we got into this Temperance again. It's implementing the balance that you already internally know about. You got to implement that balance that you already internally know about. Okay. There it is. So with the Witching Oracle, you got align. Once you find that balance within yourself, you will align to the opportunities. Once you fall in alignment with it, once you fall into the alignment of exhibiting these new behaviors that you know about, that you know to do, now it's just the time to do them. And then organize the mind, going into that Ace of Swords. That's a part of that's a part of exhibiting out what you know, because once you start practicing what you know you should be doing, or like things that you might have taken in and claimed during your reading or research and things like that, and you implement them, it's going to help you organize that a lot better, because it's like, okay, I see that this works. Okay, I see that this doesn't work. Back to the drawing board. So you know what to keep, what to put out, and what to maybe save for later. Okay. And then the last card is friendship. It's friendships, tying into that Six of Cups. You never know what type of relationships you may develop and how they're going to develop. And you got to be okay. And it's like, you got to be cool with that. Because you might have people that, like, the story's not going to be always the conventional story. The story's not always going to be the conventional story. And sometimes you may have to do different things. Like I said, not change the essence of who you are, but try out different behaviors to see where these things might get you. There's a Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle. So you have 33 miracles. So you have a lot of doubles coming up for you. You had the 2, the 5 of the 10, the 5 of Pentacles and the 5 of Wands, and you also have the 10 of Wands and the 10 with the wheel. Yeah, you had a lot of doubles coming up. And then you have 33 with miracle. The frequency of miracle supports our beliefs in ourselves and as a part of source, and therefore our belief that anything is possible. What did I say earlier? Like, by you doing this and showing people that, hey, you know, she or he, you know, they can party, but they can also get stuff done too, you know, or they can do A and still get B done, you know, however it shows up in your life. That's going to help present the Ace of Pentacles, the new opportunities that you might not have ever even fathomed. Start dreaming bigger. You got another 10, 10, 10, 10. You got another 10. Breaks down to 3. Authority. The frequency of authority reminds us that true authority is powerful, directed, and realized, yet receptive, wise, and loving. There goes that balance with the Temperance card. You have 24, Earth. The frequency of Earth activates our deep connection to this physical plane by showing us the beauty of all the aspects of our Great Mother and revealing the more ethereal, spiritual aspects of our nature. That balance. Like I said, it's like you know a lot. It's just now it's the time to show. Show, don't tell. Show, don't tell. And then in that, you'll start, like, as the opportunities start coming, you'll really start to see how these things are all connected, and how we're all one. And then that'll give you a greater appreciation of everything else as well. not saying that you're not appreciative now, but it's like the appreciation will be even greater. You're like, dang, wow, that's so amazing. I didn't have this deck out, but I felt called. With my foot. With my foot. You'll feel more. You'll feel like it's gonna be like a relief type of thing. Excuse me, y'all. It's gonna be like, okay. It's like it's a lot of things are gonna start clicking for you. It's gonna start clicking for you really fast. It's gonna start clicking a lot at the same time. You might feel a little overwhelmed by it too. But this is the part that, you know, this is the part you just showing proof. You just showing proof. It's been a while since I used this thing. Jeez. But I just felt called to pull out this deck. I didn't even have it set up in my pile over there. Yep. Ooh, okay. So you have take time to breathe out, okay? That's, you know, that's also air energy with the swords. Breathe. Be mindful of your breath. Be mindful of your breathing. Be mindful of, like, if you do start getting angry. Am I breathing right now? It makes a huge difference. Bring love into the situation. Understand that it's like, bring love into the situation is the next card. Understand that this is all these things that's going on for you is all out of the love. And it's the universe being reciprocal, because it is a universal law, and bringing you back all the love that you have shown people. Then a new romantic cycle begins. A new romantic cycle begins. That explains itself, because that ties into it, because I said that this could cover love too. Prioritizing, categorizing certain different things that are going on and how to handle certain situations that would open you up to a new romantic cycle. I don't know if you're single. I don't know if you married or anything like that. I don't know what your situation is, but it's like also too, it doesn't even have to just be love, because even when the Earth card was brought up, I just heard romanticize your life. Start romanticizing your life. If you see a little bird flying, I'm like, oh my gosh, that bird is so pretty. Like, you know, start romanticizing your life. And then you'll really start seeing these changes coming into fruition, these opportunities coming into fruition too. And it might end up catapulting it. Okay? So that is my reading for you this evening, Leo. Okay? So take what applies. If it resonates, it resonates. If it don't, it don't. If it don't apply, let it fly. You can either claim, disregard, or ignore the message, okay? But you guys enjoy the rest of your evening, Leo. I like this for you. I like this a lot for y'all. Congratulations. Congrats. Y'all have a great one.